Hello, everybody. How are you doing? I want to talk to you today about completing work assignments on Word Doc. You will face having assignments on the Word document or PDF file quite often. And since I teach math, students have to do a lot of type of illustration and whatnot on their assignments, and they tend to struggle with that. So I wanted to make sure everybody knew how to do this. So in your Word doc, if you have an assignment, it's just something you're going to do on Word doc. It's nothing preset for you. You want to come down to your Word doc icon and click on that. I have several open here already, but you'll click on that. This is what it looks like, and you'll have one that will open up for you. So I have this one open here right now, but a blank one. If I close all of these out, show you how that works here. So open it up, and then you would just select the blank document, and you'd be ready to go. I highly advise to go ahead and save that document, whatever it is. Name it the name of your class, your name, and the assignment number something. And I like to save mine. I select Save As, and I like to save mine to my computer, to my desktop, and that way I create files for that, whatever it would be. Now, I'm not going to do that right now because I just don't want to save it. But what I do want to do is open my what I just had open, because a lot of the times you will have assignments that are like this, to where they are already preset and they're already in Word doc. And in math, you will find you will have those kind of assignments. So I'm going to open up my Word doc, and again, you can have it in PDF file. What I'm going to show you is going to be very much similar to that. So you could have two different ways of dealing with Word doc. Now, when you open up a blank Word doc, it looks like this, and what we're going to focus on are these tabs right up above. And you have all kinds of different things to do. I'd advise to play with it. Different ways of creating your document. You have some alignment where you put them in the center, right or left justified. You can change the color of your type. You can change the font and make them bold, underline, a lot of different ways of communicating. You can indent, and then you can select a bunch of different things over here. But what we're going to focus on is going to be the insert button. Now then, if you upload something from an assignment, it looks pretty much the same, identical, except what's on, you don't have a blank page, you actually have your assignment. And we're going to look at this and work on that. So what we are going to do is go ahead and go into and click on the Insert button. Now, when you click on the Insert button, we have some more tools up here that we're going to use. And we're going to focus on this one main area itself. And then we're going to continue on. This right here, I just blew it up and cut it in half, but it's the same place. We're still in Insert, okay? And this is the other side from over here. We're going to focus on some of these tabs here. And all of this here is going to be what you're mainly going to work on in itself, okay? So let me just walk you through all of this and give you a live demo. So here I'm going to click on the Insert Now, if you notice, we have a table. We don't need to put a table in, but if we needed to put a table, you just click on it, you hold down on how many rows and columns you want to create, and voila, your table is created. And of course, you can go into your table and edit it. You can make everything centered, right, justified, bold. You can change the font to where you can just do all kinds of things. You can make them bigger, just whatever you want to do with the table. Now I'm going to erase mine, and if you want to make your table bigger, you click on the table and then you just make it bigger, or you can put your cursor on and you get these two double lines there. You can make that bigger. You can just really do all kinds of things. But for now, I'm going to delete it, so because I don't want that table. If you want to move it, you put your cursor over this. You see where it has that plus sign with arrows on it. You can move it and click down on that, but you can also delete it. Now I'm going to go this direction and use my backwards arrow and just go backwards on that. Okay, so anytime if you make a mistake, you can use that backwards arrow. Now then, you have some things you can upload pictures, online pictures, and I want to get into that here. I'll open up a blank doc here in a little bit. But for this type of an assignment, you want to go to shapes. Now this assignment is asking for some coordinate points, which means you want to put some dots on your coordinate grid. And so if you notice, I went up to that insert, I selected shapes, and then I selected my my oval circle there. Now that I have my oval circle, I can do all kinds of things with it, and at the time it just jumped right over to format. You can shade inside, okay, and you can shade on the outside if you want. You can change all kinds of shades. If you notice, that changes. And you can take it off of no outline whatsoever. If you notice it, when it had an outline, it was almost looked like an eyeball kind of a thing. But when you remove the outline, you can make it all different kind of colors whatsoever. And now then, to move it, you just left click on it and then hold your cursor down, and you can move it wherever you want to move it. All right. Now in this also, I'm going to go back to insert and to shapes. It'll ask you to draw a line, so I just clicked on line in that, and voila, I have a line, and it takes you right back to format. You can change things. You can do a lot of different things. But let's say you want to put something in there. You want to put a coordinate point in there. And so I just clicked on the text box. I'm going to click that text box, and I'm going to type that coordinate point, which is 3 and 0 right now. Now, if I take it, and again, I'm going to move it by using my little cross arrow thing. If I move it, it's going to cover that up. Well, I can click on that text box, and I'm going to tell it no fill. And I also don't want any outline. And now I can still click on it and resize it. You can do a bunch of different things, and you can do that. That's pretty much how you go about doing this kind of stuff. Now, some of your classes might require you to do some other kind of graphs and grids and flowcharts, and voila, you have flowcharts, and you can type in this little map here, and you can do all kinds of things. And I'm going to get rid of that. And you have a lot of things. What if you need to do a hyperlink, which means a link from online? And so you just click hyperlink, you go grab your whatever link it is that is online. So let's say I want to do this link right here. And you just click on that hyperlink. I'm going to do Control V, or you can do right click paste. And I have a hyperlink here. And so if I just hold my control button down, click on it, it'll take me over there. So again, I'm going to erase that because I don't want that there. Another thing that you will use, you have a bunch up here that you can use. Another thing would be symbols, like for mathematics. We use a lot of symbols. We might do 2 to the power of 2. We also use greater than or equal to. We use a bunch of different symbols, and you can find those here. Not equal to. A lot of different things you can use. All right. So that is all of what involves the dealing with your Word doc. Now then, when you go to save it, now make sure and save it on a regular basis. If you need, I'm going to pull up a blank one here. If you need to do some kind of a snip, let's say, I'm just going to grab this snip here. So I went over how to use your snipping tool. Please make sure and review that if you need to. And so I'm going to snip something, and I'm going to create something on my Word doc. Now, you want to click on that and go to Format, and you see where it says Wrap Text, and you can select how do you want to wrap it. I always select Type. Then you can move it around anywhere you want, but you might want to, now you have to click on it for that format to show up. You might want to make it go on top or behind the text, however you want to do that. So that's just another thing you can do with your Word doc that you'll probably be facing and dealing with sometime in the future. Okay, thank you guys for listening. Hopefully this was helpful, and you guys have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.